Hello guys! Panoorin natin yung boy tawag dito. Wait lang guys. The boy Abunda talk channel. Panoorin natin yung kay BBM guys. Let's go, may react tayo guys. Bagong guys. Yung tunay na president ang Pilipinas. Guys, panoorin natin. Let's go.
And welcome. Our guest tonight is Senator Bongbong Marcos. Senator Bongbong, magandang gabi. Welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much for the invitation. Magandang gabi sa inyo lahat, and thank you for having me.
Let's begin the interview. And let's talk about the environment. Specifically, the issue of mining, which is one of the most controversial environmental issues. Noong Abril 2021, President Duterte lifted yung 9 na taon na moratorium on granting new mining permits. Ito'y ginawa niya through Executive Order 130. December 2021, ang DNR naman, ang Department of Environment and Natural Resources also lifted a ban on open pit mining. Ito na may ginawa nila through Administrative Order number 2021-40. Pinuri po ito ng mining industry. Samantala, binatikos naman ito ng mga environment and human rights defenders. Ang aking tanong, Senator Bongbong, you're applying to become the next president of the Philippines. If elected, pagtitibayin mo ba ang mga desisyong ito ni President Duterte at sa kanang DNR o ipapawalang bisa?
Well, ang mining talaga ay very controversial, pero dapat ang tingin natin dyan, that is also a very valuable source of revenue for the government dahil ang laki ng ating mga natural resources dito sa Pilipinas. Dapat siguro, lalo na in these difficult times, we should take advantage of that. However, we have seen some of the disasters that have happened when it comes to mining. Kailangan lang talaga natin iwasan yan, the effect on the environment. We have sufficient regulations and we have sufficient monitoring, but hindi nasusunod. That is always the problem. We have the laws, but we are not able to implement them. We are not able to fully enforce them sometimes. So if we can do that, if we can take care of making sure that the environmental impact is in accordance with the law, then I think we can carefully exploit the natural resources to help the recovery of our economy. Now, when it comes to open pit mining, I think I'm a bit wary about that. Because it is very difficult to control the pollution that's caused by open pit mining, the leaching that occurs in open pit mining. There are many occurrences that even after the mine has been closed and they have covered it up and they have planted trees or they built houses on it, lumalabas ang lason, may lumalabas na kung ano-anong mga chemical that are bad for the health of the people who are around it. Kaya siguro pag-aralan ngayon natin yan, baka naman meron silang iniisip na bagong teknolohiya na pwede natin gamitin na sasabihin na safe ang open pit mining. But again, I have been studying this environmental problem that we have had since I was still in school. And open pit mining is one of those operations that talagang it raises alarms when it comes to, especially when it comes to exploiting natural resources and allowing the use of open pit mining.
Okay, you worry about open pit mining, but you are open to sustainable mining.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it can be done. It is done in very many countries. We will just have to make sure that we are cooperating with the private companies who are involved in this operation. And I think that there are great opportunities to be had, so long as I say we are very careful about it. One of the things that we have in the Philippines is nickel. Nickel is an essential part now of batteries, the battery of battery technology. So that is going to explode, and it already has actually. And that is something that we can take advantage of. We have sources of lithium, also battery technology. So there are really there's so much potential in all of that. So I think we have to look at everything, because we have been left by the COVID in a very precarious economic situation, and therefore we have to explore everything that we can do to revitalize that
Kung saan tayo pwede kumita in terms of revenue, because napakalaki ng contribution din ng mining industry to our economy.
Absolutely, and the estimates are in the billions of dollars per year. We cannot just ignore that, and we should make sure that like in any other industry, that the value and the profits are stayed within the community, and those that are working in the mines take advantage of this windfall.
So, Senator, to be more specific, doon sa ban na nilift ni President Duterte, doon sa new permits ng mining, that's not a problem to you. Your problem is the open pit mining.
Yes.
Kasi if we talk about mining,
Maganda to guys, panoorin ninyo guys. Sobrang ganda. Kasi yung sa dulo ang ganda. Sobrang ganda guys.
responsible miners, ilan naman sa kanila, di ba? May mga nangyayari pa na water pollution, yung mga displacement of the locals,
That's right, yes.
at marami pang iba.
Yes, but those are the things that we can remedy, because if the mining operation, if we keep it away from, I suppose, the congested communities kung saan maraming tao, it will make things a little better. Another issue about mining that's not spoken about very much are the benefits and compensation of those who are working in the mines. They work in a very difficult and dangerous
You're
situation.
talking about salaries, not just people who were displaced.
No, I'm talking about the people who actually go into the tunnels,
Okay.
and marami tayong nagiging casualty dyan. Kailangan natin na balikan, tiyakin naman ang kanilang kalagayan.
Let's talk about COVID-19. Senator, sa kasalukuyan po, dalawang bagay ang alam natin tungkol sa COVID-19, tungkol sa pandemya. Ang una, pinadapa na tayo ng pandemyang ito. According to DOH, over 3 million cases sa bansa, over 50,000 deaths as of today. Sabi naman ng Johns Hopkins COVID-19 dashboard, more than 300 million cases around the world and over 5 million deaths. Maraming mga Pilipino ang nawala ng trabaho, kabuhayan, at mga mahal sa buhay. Pangalawa po, Senador, aside from being vicious, this virus is unpredictable. Maraming mga variants na ang ating narinig. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, may delta plus, may omicron. The virus acquires genetic changes. It mutates, in other words. How, ano ang form niya sa susunod, kailan, nobody knows. Ang aking katanungan po, kung ikay papalarin manalo bilang presidente ng Pilipinas, and given the unpredictability and the viciousness of this virus, ano po ang iyong programa pagdating sa COVID-19?
Well, when it comes to COVID-19, ang lagi kong sinasabi dyan, I summarize it very simply. I call it jab to jobs. What we first have to do is to get vaccinated. And we have to roll out the vaccines properly. We have to make sure that the vaccines are effective and safe, have been handled properly. And now we have gotten to the point, the last statistic that I saw was 54 million Filipinos have been nabakunahan na, fully vaccinated na. Hindi pa tayo umaabot dun sa tinatawag na herd immunity. Kailangan talaga natin paabutin ng 70-75%. At sana yung kalagayan na nakikita natin sa Europa, sa ibang bansa, kahit tinatamaan ng Omicron, nag-positive, hindi na lang masyadong pinapansin. Kasi parang flu na lang para sa kanila. Dahil 95% sila vaccinated. So, dapat yan ang habol natin. Once we get ourselves in a safer condition, that we manage the pandemic, or we have to now be thinking, even while we're just slowly working our way through the pandemic, ngayon pa lang, dapat iniisip na natin kung paano natin ibabalik ang ekonomiya. Kagaya ng sabi mo, ang daming walang trabaho, ang daming nasira ang plano, lahat. Ang palagay ko, I would even amend that. I would say, hindi marami, lahat ng kahit sino. Lahat ng tao sa buong mundo yata naramdaman itong COVID na ito. And so we have to come back to give our people, get them back to work. And how do we do that? We do that, in my view, we do that by revitalizing the MSMEs, the small businesses that comprise 95% of our businesses and 62% of our employment in businesses. And they have been very hard hit. The government can help them with the lower taxes or tax holidays, amnesties, etc. The private sector can come in with microfinancing and all that. Agriculture also needs to be looked at because it's a creator of jobs. And if the
Is this what you mean by the jobs to jobs concept?
Yes, the idea is just once we are in a safe condition, then we have to get people back to work. Yan lang naman ang habol. Pag tinanong mo ang Pilipino, ano palagay mo sa COVID? Yung COVID, wala akong trabaho, wala akong pera. So yun ang talagang dapat na priority. Ngayon pa lang pinaghahandaan natin. So agriculture, tourism, and we should do this, we should go back to the concept of PPPs, public-private partnerships. And that way, we can bring together different segments of government, working together, so that the economy will come back, and hopefully come back even stronger than it was pre-COVID.
Of course, we're hoping na sana'y wala nang bagong variants na dumating. But sabi ko nga kanina, this is so unpredictable, we don't know what's going to happen next.
No.
Pagdating doon sa vaccination, hindi pa tayo nakakaabot doon sa 70, 75. What is your message to people who refuse to be vaccinated?
Well, they must understand that we cannot force people to be vaccinated. Karapatan ng tao yan. Hindi mo pwedeng pilitin na mag-vaccinate. Ngunit, sana naman maunawaan nila na kapag sila ay hindi nagpapabakuna, ay yung lahat na nakapaligid sa kanila, pati na yung kanilang mahal sa buhay, kanilang pamilya, mga kaibigan, yung kanilang kabarangay, lahat yan ay linalagay nila at risk yan. Dahil kung sila ay tamaan, ay ikakalat nila yan. Ang statistic ngayon, ang mga nasa ospital na tinamaan ng Omicron, na 85% are not vaccinated. Kaya't maliwanag naman ang science na sinasabi, malaking tinutulong ng pag-vaccinate. Kaya't sana hikayatin natin sila, sabihin natin, paliwanag natin. Ngayon, that will also, yung nangyayari ngayon, it will also limit their own options in their everyday lives. Hindi makapunta sa restaurant, hindi makasakay sa public transport, all of these things. So, but rather than punish them, I think we should really convince them that this is important. It is important for your work, it is important for your community, for your family.
You spoke about the socio-economic recovery of people. Very briefly lang, yung lockdown.
No,
Your comment?
No more lockdowns. Hindi na kaya ng Pilipino mag-lockdown. Hindi na nila kaya. It is too hard. They're going to too much hardship already. They just cannot do it. Maraming nga sinasabi, yung labag sa protocol, sinasabi, hindi na bali magkasakit, basta may kita ako.
Let's talk about poverty. According to Philippine Statistics Authority, PSA, October ng 2001, 3.27 million ang walang trabaho. October 2010, 2.79 million Filipinos had no work. October of 2016, 2 million. October of 2021, 3.5 million ang walang trabaho. Ayon naman sa SWS, Social Weather Station, ang mga kababayan nating nagugutom in percentages taking into consideration the fluctuation of the population. Ang third quarter of 2001, 9.3% ang nagugutom or people who identify themselves as hungry. Third quarter of 2010, 15.9%. Third quarter of 2016, 10.6%. September 2021, 10% or around 2.5 million Filipinos ang nagugutom. Ang aking katanungan, Senador, sa kasalukuyan, sabi ng PSA, merong 3.5 milyong Pilipino na walang trabaho, 2.5 milyong Pilipino naman ang nagugutom pag ikay nahalal na presidente ng Pilipinas. with these urgent problems of joblessness and hunger, ano po ang inyong gagawin?
Well, of course, ang mahaharapin ng bagong administrasyon ay talagang we have to create jobs because we cannot just leave the situation as is. We also nag-uwi tayo ng mga OFW. We are up to about 700,000. Those people who have come home, wala na silang trabaho dahil nawala yung trabaho nila sa abroad. Tapos yung mga gina-graduate natin ng mga estudyante. Kaya talagang ang pinaka-importante ay maparami natin ang trabaho at para pasiglahin natin ang ekonomiya. And again, as I started to enumerate it earlier, I think the way to do it is to go to the MSMEs and give them the support that they need so that makabangon ulit sila, makatayo na naman ang mga maliliit na negosyo na yan. Ang agrikultura is a big creator of jobs. So if the government invests publicly in agriculture, marami yan kasi hindi naman pinag-uusapan yung nagsasaka lamang Pinag-uusapan natin ang mga support systems for fisheries, for livestock. So marami kaagad ang may involved dyan. And it also will take care of the problems that we saw during COVID ng lack of food supply. The other area where we have a big advantage is tourism. Madaling-madali ipagmalaki ang Pilipinas because we have a beautiful country. We Filipinos are a beautiful people. And people...
Vlog guys.